Welcome back, ballers. We're back, me and Bryson, with a Week 3 recap. We'll start it off on Thursday Night Football. Oh, I do have to get our picks out, because since we're not seeing the graphics, we won't really know who each other picked. That's mine, that's yours. There you go. That's who you picked for last week.
Okay.
Again, we'll start with Thursday Night Football. The Huge Giants at 49ers. Me and Bryson both got this one right. The 49ers absolutely demolished. I'll save that word demolish for later, because there was a different matchup that demolished. 49ers did end up winning. Run CMC didn't break 100 yards, but it was B.O.B. Samuel getting the job done. 6 for 129 and a touchdown. Giants lose by 18. That means the over and under, I don't know what it was set at. What was it, Bryson?
I think it was like 43, 48.
Oh, okay, you didn't write it down. You just wrote over or under. ESPN's not too good at telling us what it was. So right now it's sat at 42. I don't know if that won or not. Going into Sunday Night Football, my favorite game of the week, Browns dismantled the Titans due to defense. 27-3. Deshaun Watson coming into his own. He's finally finding some footing. Amari Cooper, he was a game time decision, decided to play, and he played great. 7 receptions, 116 yards, and a touchdown. Browns moved to 2-1. Next up, what do we got, Bryson?
Falcons and Lions. The Lions, well, not destroyed, because this is definitely a game that was definitely considered destroyed, but 20-6. I got that one wrong. I put Falcons.
I got it right. The Huge. Lions did win 20-6. It looked like Falcons couldn't get anything going. Amon-Ra St. Brown. I mean, 9 for 102. He didn't get pay dirt this time, but he's looking like the most consistent receiver on the Lions. So going forward, he's going to be the best one out there. Jahmyr Gibbs, the rookie running back, 80 yards. Again, no pay dirt. Next up, we got Saints at Packers, where keeping up with this game, I thought I had lost this pick'em, but Packers ended up coming away with it. Jordan Love rallied, and he looked good. 259, a touchdown, interception, and they're just doing enough to beat the teams that are in front of them, and they're pretty much riding the back of the defense right now, with the offense being a kicker, if you will.
I definitely thought I was going to win that until it came down to the end, and they won.
It was Jordan Love's first career start at Lambeau Field, at home. The first 2 were away. He finally started it at home, and he got the dub. Good for him. Packers win 18-17. I got it right. Bryson got it wrong.
And the Saints lost Derek Carr with a shoulder.
Oh, okay. There you go.
I don't know who their backup quarterback is, but
gloss over that. Well, let's go and look. Who was the backup? I can't even remember. Jameis Winston. That's right. I should have known that. Jameis Winston, 10 for 16, 101 yards. We don't know how long Derek Carr is going to be out for. So if he sits, at least they got Jameis Winston in the wing waiting. Moving on, we had Broncos at Dolphins, and this is where the demolishing happened. 70-20. Dolphins was a field goal away from breaking the all-time scoring record by one team. I thought it sat at 72, and they could have even kicked a field goal at the end of the game to get to 73 and break it, but whatever. The coach, Mike, what the hell's his name? Mike Daniels, decided not to. He decided to play it cool. Hey, we'll just take out the time. It is what it is. So Dolphins could have broken the record, but they didn't, and Broncos looked absolutely terrible. Devon Achane, running back, 203 rushing yards, 2 touchdowns. He did not really didn't start at all in the first game. Second game, he was used sparingly. In this third game, obviously, it seemed like everybody...
And he topped out at 21 miles per hour running.
that's not even that good as a running back. I mean, it's good. 21 miles per hour
This
is quick. Is quick.
Is one of the highest.
This season so far. We've seen Nick Chubb go up to like 23, 24 in years prior, and Nick Chubb's not even known for being a speedy back. So, I mean, take that with a grain of salt. But he did 18 carries for 203 yards and 2 touchdowns. The average on that is pretty damn incredible. So, Tyreek Hill, 9 catches for 157 yards and a touchdown, all while Tua only needed 309 yards and 4 touchdowns. So, I mean, touchdown aplenty. If you're playing Madden, you have a 70-point game, you're probably breaking records with a player somewhere. That wasn't it for the Dolphins. The Dolphins had an all-around team effort and defense, and it just turned into a smacking.
That's going to be literally the Eagles this year. Going to not lose a game till the end.
Eagles have not looked that good through 3 games.
No, I'm talking about last year. How they went like 14-0.
Oh, people do that all the time. Patriots went 16-0 and then lost in the Super Bowl to the Giants. So it's not crazy out of the realm. I really don't think Dolphins are going to go undefeated the whole way. They play Bills next week. We'll get into that in another video. So watch for that. But yeah, just a straight dismantling, 70-20. Me and Bryson both got that right. And then we move on. Bryson, go ahead. You're probably upset about this one.
Chargers at Vikings. Chargers beat my pick, the Vikings. I was really hoping Jay Jettis would pop off. But they were winning at first. I come back and I look and the Vikings were losing.
I know I mentioned before that Chargers have a tendency to choke in these big games like this, to where it's a team right on their level, and then they'll just choke down the stretch. This time it was the opposite.
That's exactly why I didn't pick them.
It was the opposite, where Chargers got an interception to seal the game off, 28-24. It was Keenan Allen going off, 18 receptions for 215 yards. Herbert, 405 and 3 touchdowns. Chargers finally get their first win of the season, where Vikings go to 0-3. Take it away.
Patriots at Jets. This one, I also got wrong. I put Jets. I don't know what I was thinking.
I don't know what he was thinking either. Patriots have had the Jets number for quite some time. The streak is right here in front of me.
Oh, I did not even realize, though.
Yo, they extend the streak to 15 now. So it was 14 in a row, Patriots winning over the Jets. A lot of people chalk it up to Tom Brady. Tom Brady's no longer there, so I could see where you're arguing. But also, Jets don't have their quarterback. And if you want to compare quarterbacks, it's Zach Wilson versus Mac Jones. 2 ugly quarterbacks no one wants to compare or even have on their team. Patriots win 15-10. I got this pick right. Both teams go to 1-2.
I don't want to talk about this. You can.
And I don't know what Bryson was thinking. He picked the Commanders for this game, and they got schmacked as well, 37-3. Josh Allen looks like he's coming back into his own. Stephon Diggs, 8 for 111. James Cook, 98 yards. I know I mentioned last week that you probably won't see James Cook get that many yards. He proved me wrong. They're turning into a semi-running team, which last year their run game was non-existent. This year,
maybe got the ball 10 times.
This year, it looks like they're running the ball. They're toting it pretty well. Bills advance to 2-1. Commanders fall to 2-1, if you want to say it like that. 37-3. Again, I don't know what Bryson was thinking. He got it wrong. I got it right. Moving on. We go to
this game I want to talk about.
Go ahead, because this was surprising.
Texans at Jags. I knew the Texans. I knew C.J. Stroud had that dog in him. 280 yards. Even though he's doing really good on a team that has maybe 2 good wide receivers, not even good, like middle. Tank Dell had a great game too. 5 receptions for 145 yards and a touchdown. Only 5 receptions, not even yards.
Tank Dell's rookie, I do believe.
Yeah.
C.J. Stroud, rookie, looking real good. To me, he's the best quarterback rookie out there. Shout out to Richardson and
Bryce Young.
Yes, Bryce Young. Thank you. I think this game blew up a lot of people's pick'ems because nobody picked Texans going into this game. Other than Bryson. Bryson, for whatever reason, picked the Texans. He got it right. 37. That's a dumb thing to do. Texans did win 37-17, as well as Beck getting a touchdown return.
Can't believe this.
Okay. Moving on. This game went into overtime, needed extra minutes. I got this one wrong, and so did Bryson, but I'm very happy I got it wrong because it helps out that AFC North standings. The Colts beat the Ravens, and Matt Gay had 4 field goals over 50 yards, including an overtime game winner. So 3, 6, 9, 12, and then 15. And then they had 1 touchdown on the day. Gardner Minshew, we know, obviously got the start due to Richardson being injured. 227 and a touchdown, where Zach Moss was that guy, that workhorse, getting 30 carries for 122 yards.
How long is Anthony Richardson injured for? He's been out for like 2 games now.
Do not know. He got injured last game around the first or second quarter, around that time. And he's been out since. We don't know how long he is going to be out, but Gardner Minshew filled in decent. It's just, this game blew my mind because all the way down the stretch it looked like the Ravens were going to have it in the bag, and then Colts come away in overtime with the win. Sucks, but good at the same time. Let's go, Browns. 22-19. Moving on, we got Panthers at Seahawks. Seahawks did really, really well this game. Kenneth Walker finally getting his legs back underneath of him, 97 yards and 2 touchdowns, where Adam Thielen for the Panthers put up his first big game for his new team, Carolina, 11 for 145 and a touchdown. Andy Dalton turning back the clock, the Red Rifle that now wears blue, 361 and 2 touchdowns. Seahawks win 37-27.
Did Bryce Young get injured too?
Panthers fall to 0-3. I do not believe Bryce Young got injured. I think he just sucked this game.
Oh no, he didn't even play.
No, he did not play. Maybe Bryce Young is injured.
Dang, 2 out of the 3 good quarterbacks this year, isn't it?
They're rookies. There's only 3 rookies, so it's not like it's crazy.
Bryce Young right there. Bryce Young warms up energy.
Dude, there's a mosquito in here and it's killing me. No, Bryce Young's not injured. He just didn't play. I wonder why. I mean, you can't argue not starting Andy Dalton anyways. He's not really a backup quarterback. I think he's slightly better than that anyways. But moving on, Seahawks win 37 against the Panthers, 27. Panthers stay 0-3. Talk about another 0-3 team. Bryson, go ahead.
Chiefs destroyed the Bears, 41-10. Patrick Mahomes had a alright game, 272 yards, 3 touchdowns. Just him doing the usual. Pacheco had a decent game, 15 carries for 62 yards and a touchdown. Jesus, scared the crap out of me. Kelsey was like the only person he targeted that had good yards.
I'm going to interrupt you because that's exactly what T. Swift did. She interrupted the football world so that she can try to get the focus on herself. No one cares about Taylor Swift. ESPN, get the hell off of her. Nobody who actually cares about football even cares that Taylor Swift is dating Travis Kelce.
Oh, damn.
Nobody.
I didn't even
Not
know
a
that.
single person. So please, knock it off. If I had 3 to 4 ESPN updates about Taylor Swift alone. No one cares. I deleted ESPN. It's no longer on my phone. You can't annoy me with it. It's just ridiculous being in a football world and you think an irrelevant singer is going to move the needles for ratings and stuff, so you got to make clickbaity headlines for the Swifties out there when hardcore football fans aren't even going to click on it because they just don't care. Obviously, I didn't fucking delete ESPN all the way because there's an update now. Haven't heard that sound in a day or 2. See what I mean? It's just, there's no reason that she should be headlining on ESPN. Bears dropped to 0-3. Chiefs beat them 41-10. Who'd you have for the Panthers and Seahawks pick? Just curious.
I had Seahawks.
I had Seahawks too, so we both got the last two right, Seahawks and Chiefs. We'll move on. Cowboys at Cardinals, a game that really surprised me and probably a lot of surprised America's team, that's for sure. Joshua Dobbs and James Conner, never thought you'd hear that duo in good context. But, you know, they got the win 28-16 over the Cowboys, and the Cowboys were just making mistakes left and right. There's a meme where Dak Prescott is on the 5-yard line throwing to a wide open receiver in the end zone. Just needed a little loft to the back of the end zone, would have had a touchdown. Instead, he throws it straight to the middle linebacker, just chilling there. How Dak Prescott didn't see it, I don't know. It's a crazy meme. Go look it up, because it's like one of those Madden plays to where like you get so mad because you're like, what are you throwing to? That's not even the button I push type of deal. It was bad. Dak Prescott looked like absolute garbage. They just couldn't do any. They were going downfield pretty decent, but they would make mistakes and turn the ball over every other drive. So, I mean, Cowboys, you deserve this loss. Cardinals deserve the win. Cardinals win 28-16. Obviously, me and Bryson both got that wrong. Move on to another.
I got wrong.
Bryson got this one wrong. I unfortunately got it right. This one is one where I circled my pick, and I'm hoping I'm wrong. Steelers were able to beat the lowly Raiders. Good for you, Steelers. Kenny Pickett finally passes for more than one touchdown in a single game after 13 starts, and for some reason they think he's still the star child and the quarterback that's going to take Big Ben's place. Get real. If it takes you 13 games to throw multiple touchdowns in a game, you're not the guy.
It's his second year.
I'm pretty sure Mason Rudolph did that with less starts, and that dude had CTE from Garrett, so...
He had brain damage and he was doing better.
He had CTE. Mason Rudolph looks like he had CTE before Garrett clobbered him with a helmet, okay?
Literally has brain damage.
The only reason Najee Harris actually looked decent while playing, his stats aren't going to say that, but he looked decent while playing, breaking a couple decent runs and stuff. But, that being said, Raiders are absolutely garbage, and Steelers fans should not be patting themselves on the back for getting this win, because it just lets you know how separated all these teams are compared to the Steelers. They had to have the Raiders just to make it look like they have any semblance of an offense. They finally got 23 points to Raiders 18, and Raiders still challenged them, and that's how bad the Steelers are this year. Stupidly, they're sitting at the top of the AFC North, and they will remain there because next week they have an easy matchup. The league loves to give the Steelers one of the easiest. They love to give the Steelers one of the easiest schedules of the league. They always do it. Every year, Steelers have like the top 5 easiest schedule to a winning record because they want to suck off Mike Tomlin so much.
We have the worst, like the hardest.
It's usually like that. Like the year Steelers went to the Super Bowl and lost to the Cardinals. The next year, Steelers had an insanely easy schedule. Browns had a harder schedule. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You know there's ulterior motives while they're setting this stuff up in the booth. That was the late game Sunday. Real fast, before, Devontae Adams, 13 for 172 and 2 touchdowns, and you don't win the game? Jimmy G with 3 interceptions. Some of those interceptions were right to the defense. So again...
Looked like he was playing for the defense.
Yes. Boosted Steelers stats. Their defense not that good outside of TJ Watt. TJ Watt's a fucking monster. But outside of that, nobody's that good on the Steelers' offense or defense. They just got lucky with having a Raiders team this time. And then next week, they get lucky with, I do believe, playing the Texans. So, count your blessings while you can, Steelers. You guys will have a losing record. I can't wait for it. And the fact that you guys even sit at the top of the AFC North right now, when every team in the AFC North is better than you guys, you might as well clap while you can, because it ain't gonna last. That was the last game, late game Sunday night. We'll move on to Monday. Bryson, hit it!
I got this one wrong. Eagles and Bucks. I said the Bucks were gonna win, but Eagles beat them 25-11. I was hoping Baker would have another good game. Actually, I need you to check something. Did he throw an interception?
No, Baker did not play good. Baker had a game like he had with the Browns. That's what Baker's trajectory always is. One good game, two good game. If they get a win, it's usually despite Baker. And then that third game, he just shows his true colors and he's absolute garbage. But that's Baker.
Throw an interception, he's the only quarterback to not throw an interception. He threw one.
15 for 25, 146, a touchdown and an interception from Baker with only a lowly 34.5 QBR. Jalen Hurts threw 2 interceptions, and they were able to overcome that. So that lets you know. DeAndre Swift, my boy, the only Swift in the NFL we care about. And at this point, I don't even care about Travis right now. I'm all for Jason Kelce. That's the Kelce and Swift relationship I care about. The true football fans care about. I'm done with that rant.
Oh my God, look at the Tampa Bay running.
Tampa Bay's running was non-existent. 17 carries for 41 yards. That's a 2.4 average. God awful. A.J. Brown with 9 for 131. Eagles do get away with the win. Eagles advance to 3-0. Only a couple undefeated teams left. I don't even know why Bryson picked this, because he was literally just talking a second ago about how Eagles last year could have went undefeated, and then for some reason this year the Bucks were gonna beat them. No, that's not how it works. Baker's not the guy to outdo better teams. He's just not that guy. He will play good against bad teams, which he has these past 2 games, but he finally went up against a defense that can stop people. Jalen Carter, the rookie for the Eagles, is looking real good. Shout out him, because that's one of the first rookies we're talking about. Yes. So shout out Eagles, 3-0. Bucks finally drop. They go to 2-1. Last but not least,
this one made me so mad. I was
Rams
so hoping the Bengals
at
won 3.
Bengals. I was watching this game, and through the trajectory, you just knew the Bengals were going to win. Doesn't mean the Bengals looked good. The Bengals didn't look good this game.
And Burrow got injured.
The Rams just looked that bad. He came back. He was only out for 2-3 plays.
And then he threw 200-something yards. 259 actually.
It did look like he was shaken up for a second on one play as well, but I mean, Burrow's a tough kid. He's going to get up. He's going to keep wanting to sling the ball. The problem with Burrow right now, when he gets up and slings the ball, he has not been accurate. Say what you want, I'm still repping that Macaulay Culkin meme. 26 for 49. That's damn near, that's slightly over 50%, and when you're talking about Joe Burrow, that's a bad percentage. Joe Mixon got 65 yards, and you would think he won MVP of the league, how much he was celebrating on that field. Go sit down, Mixon. Preferably in a jail cell, because that's where you belong.
What do you do?
He's always in the headlines for something wrong with the police. The police are always investigating this guy, because he just can't stay out of trouble when he's not on the field. It's ridiculous. And he's just not that good of a fucking football player. I don't know why Cincinnati keeps trying to run with Mixon when they know he can't. He's not good. Jamar Chase finally breaking out. Finally, it looked like T. Higgins was going to take over the team, but Jamar Chase showed his true colors and why he's their true number 1 and one of the great wide receivers in the league next to Justin Jefferson. And Puka Naku, 5 for 72. That's his worst game on the year. He's still at the top of the league for the rookies for wide receiver. I think he has 30 receptions. That's second in the league, I do believe. Don't quote me. But Matthew Stafford just looked really bad this game. All in all, the Los Angeles Rams offensive line was completely atrocious. Completely atrocious. You had Dax Hill and Hendrickson out there looking like Myles Garrett. How much they were getting to the quarterback and flustering him.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 sacks.
Exactly. That's what I mean.
Jeez.
Everyone knows Cincinnati Bengals defensive line is not good.
Not.
But when Los Angeles Rams offensive line comes out and plays like that, I think I could have gotten to him. It was crazy. It was every other play. It seemed like the right or left end was breaking down and Stafford was hitting the turf, whether with a sack or just barely getting the ball out in the nick of time. and having a bad throw follow it. So,
I'm assuming
bad loss by the Rams, bad win by the Bengals, but a win's a win. Bengals finally get in the win column, 1 and 2.
This is Tyler Boyd has a tackle. I'm assuming they throw an interception, he's out.
Maybe. I don't know. I didn't particularly see my Tyler Boyd, so not get a tackle anyways. But all right, that was the week 3. The only thing we will do now is we will make our prediction for Thursday night football, which is today in a couple hours. So by the time you're watching this, the game may already be started. But if not, go ahead, watch, comment, subscribe, like, in any order. I don't care. But just get a recap on week 3 before we go into week 4, because we're starting off with the Lions at Packers, premiering on Prime Video. This game, I have the Packers winning it.
I got the Lions.
So we're split. Before we even get away from week 3, I do need to say Bryson had a total overall record of week 3 of 6 and 10. Horrible. Trash. Maybe I need to.
Better this week.
Yeah, he thinks he's gonna do better. I'm gonna do good as always. I went 12 and 4, and 2 of those were literal upsets. So 90% of people got those wrong right along with me. Not too worried. But let's get into week 4. I've already mentioned it. Lions at Packers premiering on Prime Video. Detroit has the line 2-0. I pick Packers. Bryson picks Lions. The over and under sits at 45. What do you got, Bryson? What are you thinking? Why are you picking the Lions?
I mean, I'm picking the Lions because Amon-Ra St. Brown is a really good wide receiver, and Jared Goff's been doing decent, actually. He's been having an alright year.
Jared Goff is doing good. 5 touchdowns, 2 interceptions. That's a decent ratio compared to what we've seen from him. So,
and the predictor.
Matchup predictor on ESPN says Lions 54% and Green Bay 46. So I'm going with Green Bay. I think Jordan Love does just enough, and I think the defense for this Packers team is what's really going to seal the deal. But this is a tough one for me. I did pick the Packers knowing that the Lions could go to 4 straight after this against the Packers. I just don't see it happening. Detroit Lions offense does not seem high-powered like it did last year. The only people I really fear, Jahmyr Gibbs, the running back rookie, Amon-Ra, but those are the only people. But you got Jared Goff coming after you. I just don't see it happening. I really don't. Is there any injuries we should really worry about? Aaron Jones is questionable. Christian Watkins is questionable.
And their best O-line.
We obviously know David Bakhtiari's on the IR. So, I mean,
what even happened to him?
I can't remember. It happened during the offseason, I do believe, or preseason. But I got Packers. Who's riding with me? Who's not?
Who's riding with me?
But that's the Thursday night game. We will cover the rest of the Thursday night games on a video release on Saturday. So be looking forward to that. Remember, we got week 3 Rookie of the Year we didn't cover, so we're going to do it now. Week 3 Rookie of the Year. Remember, they stack. Ballers on a Budget Rookie of the Year. That is not the same as what ESPN's going to be at the end. We got 3 people. They change every week, but they stack. This week, number 1, we got C.J. Stroud, QB for the Texans, 906 yards, 4 touchdowns, and a 50.0 QBR.
That's for the whole season.
Number 2, Atlanta Falcons, Bijan Robinson, 315 total yards and 1 touchdown. And then we got, last but not least, staying on here, same with Bijan. He's been on our top for the 3 weeks in a row. C.J. Stroud's the only new appearance. They just kind of shuffled up.
Puka
Naku.
How do you say his name? I do not think he should be on this list this week.
Who do you think should be on this list besides Puka?
He had 5 receptions for 72 yards. You know who did better than that?
Who?
Akane, the running back for the Dolphins, 219 yards and 2 touchdowns.
I just said it. It stacks, so we count season stats as we go. He does not have better season stats than Puka right now. The only knock on Puka is that he has yet to find pay dirt, hence the reason he dropped down to number 3. 338 receiving yards, 30 receptions. Like I said, I do believe that's second in the league next to Justin Jefferson. For being a rookie, that's incredible. And for filling in, it's not like he's playing next to Cooper Kupp and getting just number 2 catches and number 2 coverage. He's drawing that number 1 coverage, and he's still doing this as a rookie. Probably why he hasn't gotten a touchdown yet. But it's all good, baby. Those are our 3 top rookies of the year for Ballers on a Budget. We do have some honorable mentions on offense. We've already mentioned the other QBs, Anthony Richardson and Bryce Young. Bryce Young's pretty much out for us right now. He hasn't played good enough, and he's injured, or just benched, whatever. Zay Flowers for the Baltimore Ravens, doing pretty good. Tank Dell last week finally had a huge game, so he's popping up quite a bit. But then we go to, that's what Bryson was talking about, Devon Achane. On the season, 208 rushing yards, 5 for 34. That's only 242 total yards. He does have 4 touchdowns. So it is arguable you could replace him, because fantasy-wise, he's probably scoring more. Depending on a PPR league, points per receptions, we don't know. But this week, we left him off. We stuck with what we stuck with. That's what you get. More honorable mentions, but this time we're going to the defensive side of the ball. I've already mentioned Javion Carter, defensive tackle for the Philadelphia Eagles, doing great. 1.5 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. And then, really, I want to mention Christian Gonzalez. I mean, really comes at no surprise, being in Bill Belichick's scheme, or a Belichick scheme, I should say. 16 tackles, 3 passes defended, and 1 interception with a sack. So, targeting his way against the Eagles, Gonzalez did allow 9 of 13 passes to be completed in his direction. The main reason he didn't just edge out, we would have had our first defender on Ballers on a Budget Rookie of the Year. So that's the only reason I'm keeping defense off right now. I think defense is harder to evaluate as a rookie than offense. Offense, I mean, so many stats play to where defense, they could be doing great things on the field and it doesn't even correlate to stats, because if you have good coverage, the ball's not coming your way. If you have good coverage, they could still catch the ball and it's put against you. So, I mean, defense we've left off until some of these stats start piling. I'm sure you'll see it start to swap up here. But that was our 3 for Ballers on a Budget Rookie of the Year. CJ Stroud, Bijan Robinson, and Puka. Anything else for rookies, Bryson?
No. This is the only 4 rookies I've seen out.
All right, let's close it out. Let's see who starts off 1-0. It's either going to be me or Bryson. So, comment, like, subscribe, any order. Stay beautiful. Peace.